Alright, today we're going to go over the air squat. We're going to start off with a quick little warm-up. So let's do 15 touches to our toes. Keep those legs straight. If you can't quite get to your toes with straight legs, just come down as far as you can. Next, we're going to do 6 total, 3 per side, knee to shoulder. Keep your arm on the inside of your leg. Try to get that knee up and touch your shoulder. Alternate back and forth. Again, we'll just do 6 total. Good. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the air squat. So we'll start with our foot position here. With our feet, we want to be about shoulder width apart. And then you're going to turn your toes out 30 degrees, no more than 30 degrees. We don't want to be out here with our toes. We definitely don't want our toes pointed in. So toes just turned out slightly. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is when we start the squat, hips and butt back and down. We never want to start the squat by shooting our knees out first. So I always tell people hips and butt back and down. Good way to remember this is if you have an armful of groceries, what do you do to close that car door? You send your butt back, bump that car door closed. So think about having that armful of groceries, bumping that car door. That's where we want to start the squat. Hips and butt back and down first, okay? As you start to come down, keep your knees driven out. Your knees should track out over your toes. We never want those knees coming in on us when we squat down. Okay, that can put a lot of unwanted stress on the knees. So knees tracking out over the toes. Keep your chest up as you come down. We never want to drop that chest, be rounded over there. So keep your chest up. As you come down, the depth that we're looking to hit is crease of the hip below the top of the knee. All right, that's the depth we're looking for. And then when you're at the bottom of the squat, you should be able to wiggle your toes, okay? We want to keep the weight in our heels. If you can't wiggle your toes, that means you're probably coming up on your toes. That gets us off balance. So weight in the heels, wiggle your toes at the bottom. So now I'm going to go ahead and have my athletes perform 3 air squats, okay, keeping their knees out, chest up, crease of the hip below the top of the knee. All right, so let's go ahead and perform 3 air squats. Nice. Adam, go ahead and go down to the bottom of your air squat. So Adam has a pretty good air squat here. Some of the poor positions that we'll see people get into are the butt wink or rounded shoulders. Adam doesn't have any of that. His squat is really good. One cue I'll give people to kind of get them out of that poor position is just tell them to squeeze their core tight. So if they're at the bottom and their shoulders were kind of rounded over, I would just say, squeeze your core tight, pull that chest through, and that's going to get them out of that poor position. Same thing with the butt wink. It would be really hard to have that butt wink with a really tight core. So cues I'll give people is be tighten up your core, pull that chest through. Go ahead and stand back up for me, Adam. All right, I'm going to go ahead and have both of my athletes perform 3 more squats. Okay, so go ahead and go. Very nice. So Shelby, go ahead and go down to the bottom for me. Good. So you notice Shelby's knees are out, but tracking over her toes. If they weren't quite out far enough, one cue I'll kind of give people is just send your knee out a little bit, touch my hand. There you go, good. So if the knees weren't out quite far enough, just send that hand out there so they'll know how much further to get those knees out. All right, you can go ahead and stand up, and that's the air squat.